The following segment is sponsored by Creative Society.
As we brace ourselves for challenges ahead, healthy air is becoming a much greater priority in American households and businesses and schools. Our next guest says we can all be empowered to take proactive measures and eliminate the need for reactive responses. We're talking about Sean McGraw from American Veteran Air Conditioning. He's here to talk about it this morning. Hi, Sean.
Good morning to you.
You are here with some tips and maintenance tweaks, really proven solutions to improve indoor air quality that can often be overlooked. So first, you say the first and easiest improvement we make is increasing the amount of fresh air coming in. Talk about how that works.
Yeah, the good Lord figured it out for us from the beginning, right? So, Mom wasn't lying when she said go play outside, and there's a reason behind that is our environment naturally produces hydrogen peroxide. And that's pretty much our natural scrubber against, or defense against all the germs and nastiness and everything else going on. So when we lock ourselves in a building with no fresh air, well, there's no doubt that we just pretty much created an incubator for ourselves to pass things around in, right?
Right. So now, you've got a few hacks you can pass along about achieving and making the most of the natural cleansing effect that we have access to. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and I kind of push something out to the school boards and districts just to let them know, hey, here's some things that you can do in-house that can really help out. And instead of constantly going after the Band-Aid, let's take some proactive steps. The easiest is the introduction of fresh air into our facilities. Normally through your fresh air hoods or the economizers on the existing systems. I found going out on different new jobs and stuff that we acquire on contracts that those economizers are shut down almost all the way because somebody wanted to try to increase the efficiency of their system. So bringing in that fresh air was harmful to it, but there's a reason that the code basically stipulates 10% minimum fresh air for any facility that's commercial facility. I found that there's a balancing act in it, but you can increase that up to 25-30% and still be able to maintain comfortable humidity levels and comfort levels in the facility.
And also to keep introducing more fresh air, you say it's a good idea to keep exhaust fans running during occupied times, right?
Yeah, exhaust fans are in different places. They're not just fart fans for a bathroom. They're actually there. They're part of the climate control of the facility. So as we're introducing more fresh air, we obviously need to expel some of that air. Otherwise, we're going to make a positive pressure on there. Mm-hmm. ERVs are a big thing. I found that a lot of that people have existing ERVs and they're just not maintained. They need to be cleaned out, they need to be optimized, and they need to be running during occupied times, as well as the fan. Now, you don't want to leave the fan running all night if you're bringing fresh air in constantly, because then you're going to end up with humidity problems.
Well, you also want to dispel a myth here, because a lot of people think that increased filtration, HEPA filters, are the solution, but you say they're not.
They're not. It's a lie. It doesn't work. The reason, I'll take that back. It's not a lie if you have a positive pressure clean room that you're trying to enact in a hospital, but the idea that you're going to put that in a schoolroom or even your house, that's not possible.
Good.
So the filter is there to protect the equipment. If we restrict the airflow going through that equipment, the unit's not going to run properly. So that's not going to work.
Good to know. And finally, when it comes to IAQs, indoor air quality tools, you want people to know that there are some effective models, right? What do you want us to know there?
There are. And usually what I look for is something that's on the supply side of the system. I like RGF personally. There's Phenomenal Air out there. There's iWave, I think, is a decent one. They all have one thing in common. They're proactively working on the supply side of the system, and basically what they're doing is introducing artificially what the good Lord does for us already just by opening the windows. And right. It's naturally scrubbing there. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to keep you from getting sick. If you go around licking doorknobs, you're probably going to get sick. But, as long as we maintain some decent common sense, then, we're not going to stop a virus from happening or the flu or whatever else is going around, but we can minimize it running around by just these simple things.
Yep, and it's all great advice. You're sharing the information so that we can be proactive, because we know that's really important to you to keep us on track this year, right?
Yeah, that was the whole goal. We're constantly running after Band-Aids, it seems like, when we have real solutions that have been proven for decades on end that we're just ignoring. So my idea is just to kind of bring that back into the front light.
Well, we love sharing that expert advice, and people are going to love working with you, Sean. They can contact American Veteran by calling the number on screen, 435-0822, or visiting the website, AmericanVeteranAC.com. You can answer all people's questions. Sean McGraw from American Veteran, thanks so much for everything. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. God bless.